Clothing company Citizen Wolf has embarked on a virtual equity crowdfunding raise so that it can begin expanding its business beyond our borders and allow loyal customers to share in the company's fortunes. The business is helping eliminate waste by creating made-to-order garments, think t-shirts and other clothing products, reducing the alarming amount of unworn clothing going into landfill every year. To tell us more, we're joined by the co-founders of Citizen Wolf, Zoltan Csaki and Eric Vu. Zoltan, Eric, great to have you guys in. Now, this is kind of cool because the premise behind this, and we've all had bespoke clothing along the way, and I've been through body scanners and I've had people with tape measures all over my body, but you're tackling this a different way. Who wants to explain how?
Yeah, that's right. So we've developed what we call the Magic Fit technology, and it's the world's best experience for custom-made clothing. There are no appointments, no measuring tapes, and no awkward photos in your knickers either, because that also exists. All we need is your height, weight, and age. And from there, we use our algorithm, which is powered by 196 million data points, to create custom fit clothing that's 94% accurate, made in Sydney just to fit your body. And if it doesn't fit, remakes are free.
Eric, I'm hoping I can lie about both my age and my weight when I sort of put in this data and the AI can fix that. But tell us about the products that you're developing and where you want to take this ambition.
Sure. So for us, t-shirts has always been just the proof of concept for an entirely different business model that we think is better than the current fashion model. Right now, the business as usual in fashion requires you to overproduce garments because you can't predict 12 months in advance what's going to sell or what sizes people are at. And as a result, there's a tremendous amount of waste. What we do is by using Magic Fit, we can create tailored garments laser cut to your body. And we've proven that out with t-shirts for the last 6 years, and we've just expanded into new products such as polos and sweats. And in future, we'll be doing the rest of the wardrobe, such as pants, jackets, denim, etc. Basically everything but business wear and bridal wear, because there's already 1,000,001 tailors out there that do that.
So Zoltan, I was having a conversation just before I came on air with someone who talked about a brand he finally found where a pair of jeans would fit him for the first time, and that was a revelation.
That's right.
Is that the sort of path you can go down? Because of course for blokes, I'm going to say that, we all hate standing in a dressing room, changing into a dozen different things and trying to find something that's right.
Absolutely. Look, there are a lot of problems in fashion on the consumer side. What we've found though from our customers, when you're involved in the creation of something that you're going to wear, you get to choose the color, you get to choose the style, you get to choose the fabric, and of course it's made to fit your body. What we find is that people tend to love that thing more than anything else in the wardrobe. As a result, they wear it more often. If it breaks, rather than just chucking it out and going to look for a new one, actually what you want to do is repair that garment. So something we do at Citizen Wolf as well is offer free repairs for life, because the most sustainable clothes are the ones we already own. And our ambition as a company is to only sell the things that people want to buy. To Eric's point about overproduction, 1 in 3 pieces of clothing made every year goes to landfill unsold. It's unbelievable. It's the dirty secret at the heart of the fashion industry.
It's pretty disgusting, actually.
Nobody's talking about it.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely wild. You know, on a planet of finite resources, it's just unconscionable, and it's killing our planet. So we fundamentally believe that our Magic Fit technology can re-engineer the way the entire system operates to create a fashion industry that's not only ethical, because we make everything here in Australia, but default sustainable. So every garment we make creates 48% less carbon than the fast fashion equivalent. And because it's made on demand, we have zero inventory, which means zero waste, and zero garments sent to landfill.
Eric, I'm going to ask you this question because we've seen a similar idea in Jodie Fox's Shoes of Prey. It didn't go across the line in the end, but you've been testing this idea for 6 years now. What's the difference in terms of the lessons learned to make sure that this is long-term sustainable? Because the idea of bespoke clothing in an era where it is all about mass production and one size fits all is a challenging one.
Look, it definitely is challenging. We've been fortunate enough to meet with some of the co-founders of Shoes of Prey, who have given us some very good advice about the expensive lessons they've learned on what went wrong. So we've taken a lot of that feedback to heart in terms of being very, very focused on just making sure we get one thing right, being t-shirts, before we start expanding into a whole range of other products. We've also been very focused, and particularly around how quickly we expand. We're not over-engineering things. We're not creating a factory that's 10 times larger than it needs to be. It's all been very, very considered to make sure that we aren't burning more than we should be. We are very, very close to break even, and we're pretty much on a path where we can be self-sustained over the next year.
So Zoltan, tell us about the virtual campaign, because I would imagine the people who are going to invest are also going to be the people who are basically brand ambassadors. They'll be wearing your clothing.
Yeah, that's right, and that's what we hope for, that our customers join us on this journey. So our virtual goes live, it is already live for expressions of interest. We've had over 600 people so far wanting to invest in Citizen Wolf, and that's really heartening and really cool. And we're asking our customers and other people to join us so that we can do a few things. As Eric said, we want to go beyond t-shirts. The opportunity here is far larger than just t-shirts. So we want to be able to make all garments. To date, we've also only been selling in Australia. So the other thing we want to do is make sure that we can take our technology to the world. So that's really exciting. And of course, we need to scale the factory and the technology that powers everything to allow us to do that. And that's what we're asking our customers to help fund.
So Eric, I think there's about 10 days left to run on the EOI before the campaign opens. Just take us through some of the numbers. And I suppose the other thing I want to ask about is, having been around for a while, I remember basically the end of Australia's TCF industry, and you guys basically using technology to bring it back because you are using domestic production rather than sort of getting somewhere in China to do it.
That's right. If anything, what we found is that we've built ourselves a business that's perfect for the post-COVID world, in that because we make everything locally using local labour and local materials, we're not beholden to a lot of the massive upheavals in international supply chains that have wreaked havoc for a lot of other retailers, let alone fashion retailers. As a result, because we can control very tightly the processes in making clothing, we can optimize that from a cost perspective. Our return rates in terms of the number of t-shirts that come back because of the wrong fit or the wrong size or wrong colour is less than 8%, which is 4 times better than the industry average. And our customer repeat purchase rate is 3.5 times better than the industry average. Because once we've got the perfect fit, you're not going to buy a t-shirt from anywhere else, let alone a whole range of new clothing that we're going to be introducing over the next few months.
I'm just going to squeeze in one more question. How do you picture your business? Because looking at the virtual campaign, you say it's a social and environmental startup.
That's the tag that we put into virtual, yeah. We sit kind of at the nexus of if you imagine a Venn diagram of social and environmental, technology and fashion. So we really sit in the middle there. In terms of choosing that label on virtual, that was because that's where we find people, there's a lot of interest in ESG. People want to be seen to be doing the right thing, both in terms of how they consume and obviously how they invest as well. So we chose that label because we thought it was the best representation of where Citizen Wolf might fit into somebody's portfolio.
I'm still slightly gobsmacked that a third of clothing goes to waste or actually ends up in Africa, where it becomes a new environmental problem along the way. But great to have the pair of you on. Thanks for joining us, Eric and Zoltan from Citizen Wolf.
Thank you very much.
Best of luck with the virtual campaign.
Thank you.